Oh my god, guys. Yeah, no kidding, Kage. Hey, your head's gonna end up hurting from so many pats. Yeah, I'm gonna lose all my fucking hair. Welcome in, guys. Let's get this little squiggly circle out of the way. Welcome in. Let's see. Hika, welcome in. Ash, welcome in. Grima, welcome in. Kage, welcome in. Who's next? I think it's Emmy. Emmy, welcome in. Austin, welcome in. Hope you're all doing wonderful this evening. Thanks for joining the farm, guys. Thanks for that, Bets. If you haven't already, feel free to use the command !join to join the farm. We need some planters. We need people on planting duty. It's not head pets at this point, it's head noogies. Yeah, seriously. Emmy over here slacking off. The new farm is so pretty, it almost makes me forget the horrible working conditions. I was just about to say, Emmy, look at you over here slacking off. But yeah, I definitely do like this this new layout. The next location is straight up desert, so I think I might just hang out on this place for now. Hey, deserve a break from time to time? Sure. I guess I can build a new bench. You guys can enjoy the trees. I'll build a few benches for you guys. I tried to give an actual Ave head pat, and then Twitch was like, how about I load this redeem for eternity? Ave, is that a valid comm? Is what a valid comm? Unionize? No. No, not at all. Grima's bonking Emmy, very nice. Okay, gotta be heading to work now. You have a good stream, Ave. See ya. Thank you, Hika. Good luck with Eric. Everyone else, welcome in. Hope you're all doing excellent this evening. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have too much to update with. I guess I mentioned a few things in Discord earlier today, so I can bring it up here. Grima with the 2 a.m. Grima, I hope you're getting enough rest, right? If you have to be up for whatever reason, sure, go ahead. It's your own decision. But you do not have to be up for me. Please. Myra, welcome in! Thank you for the peeks. Thank you for the meows. You do currently unemployed. Sorry about that. I know it sucks. I hope you are still safe. I hope you are still fed. And if you're looking for a job, I hope you have the best luck in finding something good, right for you. Having a job interview marathon, I know the feeling. I think I spent 2 years of my life after graduating college with a degree, with a bachelor's degree, and I never found a job in my industry for 2 whole years. I ended up, let's see, I ended up working for, what did I do? I worked at a catering company. I worked at a florist shop. I worked at an Amazon warehouse. Couldn't find an actual job with my degree. It sucked. It really did. You're an occupational therapist. They are very searched. Sounds like me, but still not employed in my field of interest. It took me, I mean, like, after those 2 years where I couldn't, find a job in my field, I just went to grad school. I mean, it wasn't entirely my own decision to go to grad school, but in the end, it really worked. I mean, it worked out as a result. It was a massive investment and a huge financial risk because the cost of my grad school was equal, if not more than, the amount I spent getting my bachelor's degree. And of course, it felt awful having that much of a to be putting myself in further debt just at a chance at, you know, getting a job again. So I mean, fortunately for me, it worked out. You know, I managed to go through grad school. I found a internship at a company that really liked my work. They managed to get me there full time right after I finished my internship. Like they liked me so much that they were like, we have you have to stay." And I was like, "Oh, okay, I guess I'll stay then. Can I at least finish college?" And they were like, "No, no, no, no. We need you to stay here. You can still finish college, but also work here." And I'm like, "What does that mean?" So I had to continue my job and attend classes. They were like, "You can still attend classes. You can put that out as a meeting, and then whenever you're done with the classes, come back to work." I was like, "Oh my god." Um, so definitely very fortunate, but it took me a long time, to get to just like an entry level position in my field, right? Um, I remember spending a lot of time in those first 2 years after graduating college with my bachelor's degree, just comparing myself to um, my old classmates, right? Uh, a lot of my classmates, they either went off to um, they went off to their dream jobs. A lot of them went off to pursue their PhDs. I remember a very embarrassing story, right? So I mentioned that one of my post post bachelor's degree job was working at a catering company, right? So this is, and if you guys have ever been at like a formal function before, right? Maybe um, someone's getting married, or there's like an office function, um, like, and they hire catering, right? Like the people who stand in front of those steel lid, um, heated, self-service, tables where you get like food or breakfast or out of. Sometimes you might see them in hotels, whatever. I used to work those, right? And I remember one of the events that I catered at was at a very prominent college, one of the most prominent colleges in my state, right? And I was like, to me, it was just another day, right? Because I'd done this for a few months now. I was used to it. It's whatever. Never ran into anyone I knew until I catered for that college. And it was like the most shocking coincidence that the event that I catered for was like this really big sort of like scientific conference where like the students talked about their research, and then they presented to like the national society. They presented to like college professors and like experts in the field. It was a very significant conference that was at this college that I was catering for. And I remember standing behind the table and serving food, handing out plates and silverware and stuff. And one of the people who walked up to the table was one of my college classmates who was in my year, extremely brilliant person. They were one of the presenters at this conference. They were talking about their research, and they recognized me. And it was just like the biggest shock to me, right? Being in the same room as this person and just seeing how, despite coming from the same class, the same college, we'd completely diverged in, our lives, our careers, our futures, right? So that kind of just that sort of event just stuck with me, because it's not even like the person was gloating about it. They were probably one of the most friendly people that I've ever met, and I think that also just made it hurt so much more in a way, because it's just like, damn, this person just like everything worked out well for them, and here I am working minimum wage, feeding food to a bunch of important, smart, wealthy people, But yeah, I took it hard, and it's kind of, it definitely was one of the low points of my life, and it was completely self-inflicted, right? It's not like anyone was judging me for it. It was just kind of like, shit, things suck. Things really suck for me. But it wasn't until I think at least a year later that, after working at like an Amazon warehouse for I think at least a year, and obviously working conditions at an Amazon warehouse aren't fantastic. I decided, or it was half decided, half pushed into pursuing grad school, and at least fortunately for me, things started to pick up a little bit after that, and now I have job experience. Now I'm in a role where I feel like I can actually make a worthwhile impact. What is your degree? I have a degree in chemical engineering. A master's degree in chemical engineering. No, it isn't great about Amazon. Did you use the people at Amazon? No, we had restrooms. However, there were definitely times where like we were so busy, it almost felt like we weren't allowed to take breaks to use the restroom. And if I had to take a break, I had to rely not on like the supervisors, but like some of my friends and coworkers who were working there to like be like, could you cover me for like 2 minutes? I need to use the restroom. And they were like, fine, fair. But it's very taxing and very stressful because like he needs to manage his own lane, right? And now he's managing two full lanes. Of course, it's gonna be tough. But we did what we could to help each other out because we kind of had to, Bonding over pain and suffering is a very common thing, no matter where you go. You don't even have to have like similar interests. You can still easily bond over how shitty work can be. But yeah, maybe I think we took an interesting turn for this just chatting portion. Hope everyone else is doing better, at least. Grima, I read that German unemployment is good. That's excellent. I'm happy to hear that. I know my partner was laid off last year, and she spent maybe 11 months doing over 100 interviews before she could finally land a job, which was an incredibly stressful time for her because she had expenses. She had to pay rent, she had to pay for food, and if it weren't for the unemployment insurance that Canada has, she would not have been able to afford rent, right? So fortunately, all she had to do was worry about food, and I was able to help her out with that. And now she has a job. It just took 11 hecking months in order to get her back on her feet. Also positive that I'm still living with your mother. Oh, okay. I mean, which is fine. I during my entire search, right? I've been living at home. Living at home and playing Final Fantasy 14 for exuberant number of hours. Very unhealthy number of hours. But we've grown from that. We've moved past that, thankfully. So make use of your resources, Myra, you're working at an Amazon warehouse right now? I'm sorry to hear that. For 3 whole years, I feel like... Are you still in the same position? After 3 whole years? I know a couple people who have been working at Amazon, and after a couple years, they managed to move on to like a supervisor role. But obviously, there's only so many positions for that. Graham, welcome in. The hours only get unhealthy if there are 24 hours a day. I think I would wake up, play Final Fantasy, and then go to bed. And then wake up, play Final Fantasy, go to bed. I think I must have spent at least 12 hours a day playing Final Fantasy 14 back then. It was a really bad vice, for sure. You too, Grim? We're talking about, well, I guess I was I was sharing some Eve lore, starting with the post-bachelor's degree job searches. It was tough. And yeah, Final Fantasy was kind of like my escape. And I felt like I needed to play it because I tricked myself into thinking I had a sense of responsibility in playing Final Fantasy XIV. I was a raid leader. I was a guild leader. I felt like it was my responsibility to be online and available to my raid group and to my my FC to be a resource for them. And the reality was it was being extremely unhealthy. Shady, welcome in. Let me give you a shout out. There shouldn't be any pre-roll ads because we ran the ad like 20 minutes ago. So, how is Poke Rogue, Shady? How you doing? Thanks for coming in. Oh, Shady. I asked you a question on I asked you a question in the Dude's Discord a couple weeks ago. Hi Raiders, you follow AV so cool. Shady already follows me. I think a lot of Shady's viewers already follow me. It was a good first time playing. It was a lot of fun to get to level 110 on your third attempt. Very nice. I don't know if you've been watching Flair play Pokemon Rogue, but she's like really into it right now. But yeah, Shady, I wanted to ask about your perspective. Because if I remember correctly, you do QA for video games, right? Is that still the case, Shady? And I remember you do QA for like American studios, so you end up having to do you end up having to work. Oh, you left your old job. Okay. Understood. Well, I did QA for games too so long ago. You're too old. One of my viewers is also looking for a job in QA. So that's why I wanted to reach out to you and ask some questions about it. But yeah, seems like a tough time for everyone. My company included. I'm still waiting to hear if I still have a job in a couple weeks. Which I obviously hope is still the case. Scary, yeah, it's scary. Grim, I don't know if your workplace has any use for a scientist. Probably not. I wouldn't know what to do. I don't know shit. But yeah, we'll figure something out. I don't know shit, what do you mean? You know enough! I can take you, of course. I just have to work in Hawaii time? Oh my god. What would that be like? I'd have to work from like 2 p.m. until 10, right? What's wrong with Hawaii time, huh? being friends with directors isn't just for show. I know. I understand what nepotism is, Grim. I see too much of it. Yeah. Okay. No big deal, Shady. Appreciate it. Best of luck to you and everyone else trying to find jobs these days. And hopefully that isn't me in a couple of weeks. We were doing, I was participating in a focus group today. Actually, for the past couple of weeks, we've had meetings with basically, it's like the we call them like junior employees, but basically like a full-time streamer. No. That'll never happen, Green. I make zero money from this. This is purely a hobby. I would not be able to be a charity streamer full-time. All of my money I make from Twitch ends up going to charity. I don't even think I keep any of it. I'm pretty certain I don't keep any of it. I think I'm operating at a loss here. I need to think about that. But no, streaming is just a hobby, and I want it to stay that way. I think if... That's nice to have some beans. Thank you. Appreciate the beans. Hopefully, those beans will not be my only source of food next month. Or else I'll have to start rationing it. Yeah, Ave and I are same. I'm pretty sure if you're like me, you donate more than you make. Yeah. You just want to do what we can, you know. It took a while for me to get into the position that I am now, but I still consider myself to be quite fortunate, despite being a little bit late to the party compared to my peers back in college. But I'm still, you know, doing better than a lot of people I know, right? So I want to share in my fortunes as best I can. As realistically practical as I can. College ramen diet? I can't do college ramen diet. It's way too unhealthy. I'm trying to live to, like, I don't know, at least 90 years old. Is that too much to ask for? Ichi, welcome in! Thank you for joining the farm. We're doing well. We're kind of just talking before getting into the game. We were talking about jobs and life and how things can be really shitty at first, but also, you know, things can turn better eventually. You know, everyone finds their success in different times, right? No two people's success looks the same. Oh my god, you're a lizard but still a young baby? I don't know. I don't think I'm considered young anymore. 90 is too much. Try 89 in 11 months, then we'll talk. I see. We're compromising. We're negotiating. If you live in corporate America and aren't an old white rich guy, then yes, 90 is a bit too much to ask. You're baby. So cute. Oh my god. I feel like I am this awkward middle child where I know a lot of people who are older than me, but I think I know like an equal number of people who are also younger than me in at least my circle. I know probably in terms of like streaming and VTubing, most people are probably like they're somewhere between 18 to like 24, 25 years old. But then of the people that I hang out with, I think are mostly on the higher end of that range. Either closer to that upper range or closer to me in age. And I know an equal number of people who are older than me. You're young, trust. I used to be the youngest in the office, and now you're freaking old. I'm no longer. I used to be the youngest in my office too, but then we got 3 new hires who are all younger than me. Well, that range is lower than my age. The range is lower than my age too. College kids are old. Yeah, we got. I think all 3 of them are recent grads. Like they all graduated like 1 or 2 years ago. Which is so weird. That means I'm working with people born in the 2000s, guys. I don't want to believe that people were born after 2000. They don't exist. It's impossible. They don't exist. College kids. Yeah, my subordinate graduated in like 2 or 3 years ago. Is that the useless one, Grim? I'm so sorry. That means Shady doesn't exist. Shady? You're kidding me. Shady was born after 2000? I've seen Shady. No, he's the good one. Oh, the useless one is like 36. I don't exist. Emmy, what's with all you young kids? I can't imagine what it's like to put on your date of birth starting with a 2. I'll be honest, I never cared about age when talking to someone, my best friend. When I worked at when I was 50 and honestly had great hair. When I was working at the grocery store, right? So when I was pursuing my graduate degree, I was also working at a Trader Joe's. And I remember working with like some really old people, like people in their 50s and 60s, like complete white-haired people. But I remember one of them was like super, like this man was maybe like 60 years old, right? Like almost going to retire from that grocery store. He was obsessed with Minecraft. He loved playing Minecraft with his nephew. No, not his nephew, his grandkid. Of course it's his grandkid. I'm a 2004 baby accepted. Oh my god. I actually remember, Austin. I remember when you first showed up, you broke my rule. Because my stream is 18 plus only, and you weren't 18 when you showed up to my streams. You saw the sign that said hit OK if you're 18 or older, and you fucking lied. But it's okay now. It's okay now. I'm older than Kirby, let's put it that way. But yeah, it's fine. No one here has to dox themselves. You don't have to share your age. It's okay. I'm just memeing. I don't care how old you are as long as you're at least 18. People born in 2006 are turning 18 years old this year. Yeah, they're graduating high school this year. Oh my god. It's okay, guys. What matters is how you feel. And I'm still feeling okay. I don't know about next year, though. I'll let you know. Rogu, what's up? I think it's nice to have a wide variety of ages in chat, because you bring different perspectives, you know? I'm feeling like a child with a driver's license. I have been driving since I was 16 and a half. So, the legal driving age in the US is 16 with a permit and 16 and a half for a license. And I've been driving ever since it was legal for me to. In fact, 2006 babies will be graduating this year. Yeah. I don't like driving cars. I enjoyed motorcycles so much more. It's very cool. My brother drives a motorcycle. I think I'm too terrified. I don't think I would ever ride a motorcycle. I'd be way too scared. Great Elder Lizard A, give us all your wisdom. I try, you know? I try to give my I try to share my experiences where possible. You know, whenever it's relevant, if it'll help people out. I know that a pretty common, pretty common feeling is like, especially if you have a similar background as me, right? Like, um, I know I grew up with like a failure complex, and it's kind of ingrained in me from being, you know, a child of Asian immigrants. I'm sure many of you guys have either shared this experience or can kind of infer what it's like to be the child of Asian immigrants, like sort of expectations that feel an Asian tiger mom. So like the expectations, um, the pressure, the environment that you grow in leaves a mark on you through your, well into you being an adult. So that sense of, my failure complex stemmed from that. And it's, I see it a couple times on Twitter. People will tweet about this, but like those people who were considered gifted students when they were younger, did really well in their grades, really smart, considered like excellent in math and reading and all that stuff. But then like once they get to, high school and then college, like that sort of pressure to maintain that sort of expectation starts to slip ever so slightly, an A plus becomes an A becomes an A minus, an A minus becomes a B plus, and then you get to college where it's a completely different, a completely different environment, and you start seeing those A's turns into B minuses and B minuses turn into C plus, and like you get to college and the first C you've ever gotten was in a college class, and it's just like, holy shit, what the fuck happened to me? That was me. I was that kid. So, and then it perpetuates into postgraduate too, because like you just barely get by in college with like a very average GPA, and then you start looking for jobs, and then it can get worse from there. At least that's what happened to me, right? It got so bad that like, I spent 2 years trying to find a job and not being able to even get an interview. Eventually you just give up. That's what happened to me. I just gave up. And rather than apply for jobs and practice interviews and whatnot, I decided, well, it's never going to work out. I'm just going to play Final Fantasy XIV. Because Final Fantasy XIV makes me feel good. And obviously that was not the right thing to do. I'm not a former gifted kid. Put me in the 4th grade and still use it. I experienced the feeling of not fitting in because you were born in the US. Even though I lived here my entire life, I was always called North American in school. That's so weird. I feel that I'd also given up and fell into a deep depression. Yeah. It's tough. It's not easy. It was one of my biggest struggles getting out of that sort of. I used to compare myself as like just like being stuck. Like I was waist deep in like a swamp and I couldn't move, right? And no matter how much effort I put into getting myself out of that swamp, I was either making no progress or I was sinking deeper. That's what it really felt like. And it took a very, very long time before I decided, okay, I need to get serious. I need to do this for myself, right? I can't just be satisfied with this minimum wage job. I can't be satisfied with, not having any sense of responsibility. I need to better. I need to start bettering myself. And it was from there that I started following this philosophy that I have to get better one day at a time. In order to do that, we needed to make changes and start taking actions. And eventually, I would start doing things that made me proud of myself and not just make my parents proud, right? Retsu, welcome in! Good evening, good evening. Honestly, growing up made me realize I can't satisfy my parents no matter how high I reach, but I can satisfy myself, you know? I know. And I think that's really what's most important. I grew up in the generation where parents expected you to get on the street, talk to employers, get your foot in the door, except it's when companies started shifting to applying online, so most didn't do that. Yeah, it was definitely that awkward time for a lot of millennials, where like the information age, the digital age was really on the rise. You know, things started shifting away from paper applications at the front desk. Everything was online now. You never saw a face until the interview, and if you never got the interview, it was like talking to a wall. You know, all your efforts, filling it in, writing your resume, practicing talking to people, none of it mattered if you didn't get that interview. I feel that I also had given up and fell into a deep depression. Nothing would do matter, so why try? Then you got 6 months in a clinic. I have seen people fall into that circumstance, and I always did my best to sort of regulate my own emotions so that I wouldn't put myself into that position. It's something that takes a significant amount of mental fortitude to sort of regulate your own emotions like that. But I think I got really good at it because I like to think I'm pretty observant. I am the youngest out of all my siblings, so I got to observe many people go about their lives. You know, I got to see their successes, their failures, and it kind of taught me a little bit about how I can avoid repeating those mistakes. But of course, you know, it wasn't enough to really save me in the end. But I think that even though I had faced these failures were merely delays in the end. Because even though I wasn't on the same pace as my peers graduating, I still ultimately found my own path to some semblance of success, right? It might not be the place I pictured it, you know, with all my smile and optimism going into college. But I think I'm still doing something that I can be proud of. There remains a foothold out of this mire, now climb. Exactly. You just have to find it, you know? I can't hear you, I can't see you. I hope your stream goes well. Murder all the baddies. Thank you, villain. Whenever I read a message like that, I feel like someone is like driving in their car, so they're sending a message, but they're not listening or watching the stream, which you shouldn't be if you're driving a car. Don't do it. Abe, aren't you a year older than me? You're so worldly. I I feel like I get that a lot. I think what I not in the car, just on a 10-minute break and a lot of hair else. Totally fine. Be safe. Nonetheless, be safe. Spatial awareness is important. I used to work at an Amazon warehouse. Don't get hit by a forklift. um, yeah, I get that a lot, Retsu. Now I'm gonna sleep under this forklift behind me. No! Don't do it! At the very least, sleep on a pallet so that the forklift can pick you up. I like to think I stand out as a streamer. Sleep under a pile of pallets? No, don't do that. That's not OSHA safe. I like to think I stand out as a streamer and a content creator because I like to share my experiences, right? Like, one of the ways I hope I can provide support or service or whatever ways I hope I can help people is by sharing my experiences. You know, I want to show people that, like, it's okay to fall short of expectations. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to meet failure. It's okay if you didn't know that Final Fantasy XIV has a free trial, which includes all of A Realm Reborn and the Heaven's Ward and Stormblood expansions up to level 70 for free without any restriction on playtime. And that's okay, because now you know and now you can play it, right? But also, you... where was I? It's, you know, everyone finds success in their own ways. Everyone finds the way to success in their own way. So it's not always necessary to compare yourself with other people. And I hope that, like, my experiences will help people either discover that, or I hope my experiences will help people prevent people from making my mistakes, right? Because in the end, I made a lot of mistakes, but those mistakes didn't prevent me from finding success. All it did was delay my success. And if I can help people, you know, avoid some of those mistakes that I've made, then hopefully it'll help them find their success faster than I did, sooner than I did, right? And, you know, I'm sure many of you guys know already, right? Like, I talk to you guys. I talk to a lot of you guys. I'm not some content creator or streamer who, you know, checks out as soon as the stream's over, right? I am not playing a character. What you see and hear and read from me is me, right? And whether I'm streaming or not, I'm still me. And whenever I talk to you guys, I'm still me. So, I try my best to help you guys. I try my best to provide a different perspective, if it'll help. You're like one of those real-life people with horns. Are you saying people don't normally have horns? Wait, you're actually a lizard? Maybe? Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. But I hope I've helped you in some way, right? Or if I haven't yet, I hope I can provide something that, you know, has helped you in some way. And that's really all that's kind of why I do this, you know. Thank you, Grima. I'm just here to help people. That's what I mean by I'm a support class lizard, right? That's kind of how I want to draw that distinction between me and other content creators. I want to support you guys however I can. Well, humans don't have horns. Anything goes with people, though. Big difference. People are different, but they typically don't have horns. Where can I join the Discord? Let me see. It should be !socials. I actually had this on my Stream Deck, so I could be pressing this rather than typing it out, but I'm lazy. Is it lazy if I'm doing more work than using the shortcut that I made for myself? I feel like that's an engineering problem. It's a very common engineering problem. What? What? Shh, fine. Okay. My question. I forget what my question was. I don't remember. It's okay, it probably wasn't important. Don't worry about it. Go, give Bruno some head pats instead. We can move on. Never mind, forget it. Fair enough. My bad. I'm very bad at remembering what I had just said sometimes. Thank you for the community posture check. Ow! And the hydrate. Everyone please take a sip of water. Thank you, thank you. I've been talking for a while, and I definitely needed that sip. I would say it's neither more nor less lazy, you just did what came to mind first. Which I still think is an engineering problem. It's definitely a mistake I notice engineers make a lot. It's like, there's the way that they're used to, and then there's the way that they made for themselves but just aren't used to using. They fall back on old habits. It's very common. Happens all the time. Whether you're computer engineering or, you know, mechanical engineering or whatever. Because I know that engineers are inherently lazy people, and they will put in, their whole thing is making a either difficult or a long task easier because they're lazy. They don't want to do work, so they will figure out a way to make it easier for themselves. That's what engineers do. So, but sometimes engineers are stupid. And if you've ever worked with an engineer, you'll totally understand that engineers can be fucking stupid sometimes. You married an engineer? I'm so sorry. Just kidding. Mia's gonna be marrying an engineer. So I feel bad for her. Axie, welcome in. We were sharing some Abe lore and talking about jobs and school and colleges and making mistakes and being okay with those mistakes and stuff like that. And I guess how Retsu put it, we were being worldly, right? And wasting time instead of playing this video game that I promised you guys. Laziness is a motivator that allows one to put in the effort to reduce monotonous tasks into something more efficient. I mean, that's exactly what engineers do. And how indispensable Ave is to our community, I don't know if I'm indispensable. We have been working on the farm. Very nice. We have been working on the farm so hard that we unlocked a new area. This is the cherry blossom zone. Looks very nice. It's very aesthetically pleasing. I think we'll stick with this farm for a long time. I think I want to we'll take this one a little bit more slowly. I want to see how much work we can get done with just you guys, right? So I think I was a little bit too optimal with my setup here, but we'll see how far we can get. Just you guys on the farm? Yeah, so like I have a lot of automation. I have a lot of drones to water things, to harvest things, to turn stuff in the biofuel, but I want to see how much progress we can make if it's just you guys working on the farm. Oh, so just more work for us? Yes, but you know, do I have to join again? I think so. If you haven't this stream, then you have to join. Every time I close the application, everyone leaves. So when I reopen it, people have to join again. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Dang, so many of you now. I wish I could turn off the watering drones rather than delete them, but whatever. Firestar isn't actually in here. No worries. Axie's purple. And Firestar is green. Thank you, thank you. But, I mean, so you say I'm indispensable, but that's actually counterintuitive to what I'm trying to do here as a content creator, right? Like, I guess it is kind of, what's the word? A paradox, I guess, where I try to stand out as a content creator and a streamer by being the sort of like, rather than have you guys give me something, I want to give you guys something, right? Whether it's, you know, a nice environment to hang out, whether it's, you know, advice, whether it's like, you know, whether it's anything, right? However I can help you out. But at the same time, what my goal for, you know, this community, Edenheart as a whole, right, is to kind of foster, I don't want to say my way of thinking, because then that sounds a little manipulative, right? Also, Grima, you mentioned you redeemed the dancer, right? Need Ave in the Enchanter class dress. Which Enchanter? Actually, is Dancing Ave here? Dancing Ave is here. I think he wanted Small Ave to be on my chest. Actually, if I had more time, I could actually stick Small Ave onto my model so it would move alongside it, but I'd have to do a lot of editing. I'd have to open up fucking Unity to make Small Ave a 3D prop to attach to my body. Ah! Thank you. I'll sip. Everyone please take another sip of water. I've been talking so much. Plans for next stream? I told myself that last stream and I still haven't done it. I need to make a list. I need to make a list of things to do and then just spend a whole stream doing it. Like, I promised that I would send my friend a letter. That was last year. I still haven't sent him a letter. It's been 2 birthdays. I've missed his birthday twice and I still haven't sent him a letter. I'm so bad at this. I feel terrible. Letter, Schmallave, any other, like, stream housekeeping. I could definitely clean up my sources. There's so much stuff in there. It's so much trash. I need to spend, like, a day just cleaning up, organizing things, writing a fucking letter. turning small live into a prop. Whatever. Where was I before I got into this? Oh yeah, productivity stream. I actually was suggesting to one of my friends if she would ever think about doing Pomodoro streams, and she's never heard of Pomodoro before. The first time she's heard of it was when I brought it up. Do you guys know what Pomodoro is? It's like it was a Pomodoro's goated. What's a Pomodoro? Sounds familiar. It is a specific strategy for. It's like a productivity strategy, right? So I think the historical. So historically, right, there was like this guy. I don't remember if his name was Pomodoro, or I think Pomodoro was in reference to like the timer he used, but regardless, it in practice it's it's kind of like this strategy where you spend a certain amount of time performing a task, right? So let's say like my task is to write my friend a letter. So I would set up a timer for like 25 minutes, right? And for 25 minutes, I would work on this task. I would write this letter. And then when the 25 minutes are up, I would set a timer for 5 minutes where I just take a break. I do anything else but write that letter, right? And then once those 5 minutes are up, I reset the timer back to 25 minutes. Work just on that task for 25 minutes. And then once that timer is over, I take another break. And then after, I think it's like, and each one of these 25 minutes is called a Pomodoro. And Axie is right. Pomodoro is Italian for tomato. And the reason for it was because the person who invented this strategy used a tomato-shaped kitchen timer to time himself whenever he did. I think he was studying for like an exam or something, and he used a tomato-shaped timer. And one 25-minute segment is called a Pomodoro. So I think after like 4 Pomodoros, you would take a more extended break, like somewhere between 15 to 30 minutes, and then you would go back and do 25 minutes of working, 5 minutes of break, 25 minutes of working, 5 minutes of break, etc. And that's what I suggested to my friend who was, sort of struggling with, just like starting a project, right? And she's in a similar position where like she wanted to, improve her stream. She wanted to work on some skills, work on some projects, but she just like couldn't get herself to start. And I suggested, oh, maybe you can try doing a, either a productivity stream or try doing a Pomodoro. Yeah, I like 15 minutes because you can fit 4 blocks in an hour. What about the breaks though? A Bacadora, if you will. No breaks? All casts? So then, is it really 4 Pomodoros, or is it just 1 Pomodoro that's 1 hour long? One break after 4 blocks. LOL, well. maybe that's why it's called a Bacadoro. It makes sense. I like to reflect after the 15 minutes to see how much I've done. Okay. But then how much time do you give yourself to reflect? I'm kidding. If it works for you, it works for you. It's not like it used to take me 15 minutes to draw, plus line, plus color, 1 character. It's a 30-second reflect. But if it's 30 seconds, it doesn't fit neatly into an hour. It's okay. If it works for you, then it works for you. It's the 25 minutes is just like how it has been used historically, but you don't have to follow that exact framework. It's the first 30 seconds of the next block. But then it's only a 14-minute and 30-second timer. Yeah, it's a good framework. Agreed. I've not done that pattern before. you're just like constantly in a deficit, trying to make up for the last 30 seconds. Make it work for yourself, exactly. Because like, you know, everyone's different. Some people might not be able to focus for 15 minutes long or 25 minutes long. Some people like to be a little bit more staggered depending on the activity that they're doing as well. Some activities might require more time. If I don't think your logic is going to get through that, I'm not trying to convince Retsu of anything. Retsu's a smart guy. He can do whatever he wants. I can't make fun of the process. I can make fun of the product. So if he gets someone killed, I can make fun of him for that. I can't believe you would judge the framework behind the award-winning comic. What award? What award, Retsu? I want to see that reward. You got the results. When I take a day off to read, day off work to read a book, I set a 45-minute timer for reading and then 15 minutes to 30 minutes to clean, etc. Then read for 45 again. You're basically doing a Pomodoro, actually. I'm just saying the semantics are pointless. I know. I remember when I was I was the co-leader of my raid group for Final Fantasy XIV. And the number of times I would argue with the other co-leader over semantics, it became like a running joke in my raid group. That they're like, oh boy, Abe's at it again. And we're just like yelling at each other over fucking semantics. And everyone else is just like, all right, while they're doing this, I'm going to go get a cup of water. And we're like, I'm going to use the restroom. They're going to be at this for a while. Semantics are important or else we don't know what we're really talking about. Oh, man. We're both extremely stubborn sometimes. Oh. But it's taught me a lot of things. I think it's funny because leading a raid group has taught me a lot of soft skills. Surprisingly enough, right? Like manager level soft skills. Is something that fucking raiding in Final Fantasy taught me, right? Like being a raid leader, right? You have to deal with scheduling. You have to deal with the members' preparation. You have to deal with the members' learning. You have to teach your raid members in a way that is what's the word? Like suitable for different learning styles, right? I had to do my own prep and development. I had to handle not just scheduling, but also like whenever there was disagreements between raid members, I had to be a mediator. What happened? I had to get like contact information for raid members. Like I would call people on their phone to see if they were going to be late. I would talk about development and like contributions, and like I do yearly reviews of them. I would do fucking interviews for new prospective members of our raid group, right? I conducted so many interviews. I was basically a manager for a raid group. And people are surprised, like, Abe, how are you so good at mediating? It's because I had to mediate between fucking children on Final Fantasy. Some wizards cast Meteor, Abe cast Mediator. Pretty sure you vaporized an entire city. I meant recently. That was an hour ago. Semantics. People raiding are only incentivized by the things they care about. There's no money to hold over their heads, etc. Oh my god, my mouth is dry. Did you guys know that Final Fantasy XIV has a free trial that lets you play through all of A Realm Reborn and the award-winning Heavensward and Stormblood expansions for free, up to level 70 for free, with no restriction on playtime? Thank you for the hydrate. Everyone please take a sip of water. Thank you for that, Pats Rogu. Are we ever going to get to this game? I don't know. But I'm enjoying myself. I hope you guys are also having fun. I'm so glad I don't have to worry about planting shit. Because you guys are excellent at that. What if I, should I? I feel like if I start putting some plots over here. Wait, there was a gaming stream? It was supposed to be! I was supposed to be playing Radiant Historia like an hour ago. But we're still in our chatting screen. And it's been over an hour since we started this shit. But... Oh my god, give me a second. We have completely, derailed the conversation. Hi, Axie. Welcome in. Thank you for the meows. Hey, Loki. Welcome in. What was the point I was trying to make earlier? Something about being indispensable, right? Like, even though I want to stand out as a content creator, you know, who doesn't, right? By being someone who is more, you know, down to earth, someone who is, you know, someone who is more empathetic, someone who wants to create a connection with the community, right? I don't want to treat you guys as viewers. I want to treat you guys as members of this community, right? And to do that, you know, that often, you know, involves creating these sort of like communications and channels for us to talk, right? Whether it's through Discord or through DMs or even in chat right now. Oh my god, guys, it's a giant tomato! Thanks for joining, Loki. That's a huge-ass tomato. Alright, I need to make more plots, though. What if I start making some stuff over here? And maybe install a new well? And a storage unit. Okay. What was I knowing? The Pomodoro overstream. What was the page with all the commands for the farm? Let me see. I know it was in our Discord for like the longest time, but I don't remember where I put it. Grima, welcome to Discord, by the way. I can take another screenshot, no worries. It's actually easier, rather than searching for it in fucking general chat, it's easier for me to just pull it up in the game itself. EG, please stay hydrated and stay cool. General is nuts. Let's see, copy link. Here you go. My community is so active. Thank you for the posture check, Myra. Everyone, please check your posture. What was I saying? I keep getting distracted. Well, let's see if I missed any messages. Fried tomato coming up. I've never tried fried tomatoes. I feel like it has too much moisture to deep fry. I feel like you're just gonna get splattered shit everywhere. The thing I like most is eating around on someone else's dime. Oh yeah, because if you're at the hotel, that means you can expense all your meals. That's always nice. Do you have a cost limit? I know whenever someone in my company has to travel, like they'll pay for food and hotel, but only up to a certain amount. They have like an allowance per day. 60 bucks a day? I think ours is like 90 bucks a day. You're dancing up a storm, playing Stepmania. Also stay hydrated, Myra. You tried fried tomatoes a long time ago? Yeah, I don't imagine it would be very good. Lunch has been less than 10 each day. Very good. I do not get to bank the extra. Yeah. You basically just have to show receipts, or you submit an expense report or whatever. It's an allowance, but you don't get to keep the rest. You can deep fry pretty much anything. You can deep fry it. I just don't think it would be good. Nothing better than cheese leek soup. I've never had cheese leek soup. Is that like broccoli cheddar soup? Grima, thank you for building the well. Very productive, thank you. Build a bunch of eggplants here. And pinto beans. Fortunately, there's not much room. That's the tricky part about the Sakura. I mean, the cherry blossom biome, I guess, is that it's really, you kind of have to build around these trees. It's really tricky to do that. Post a link in the food Discord. Ooh, I love seeing stuff in the food Discord. Oh, that actually looks awesome. It does look a lot like it's more like a yeah, it's savory and creamy. It is very similar to like a broccoli cheddar soup, except instead of broccoli, you have leeks. Oh, it also has minced meat in it. That's a little bit different. Broccoli cheddar soup doesn't have any meat. Oh, we have Sakura mochi at home. They're so good. Would recommend. That does sound good. Is Shithari gonna eat it all? Or is Shithari too busy playing Dragon Age? Loki had sushi last night. I have to do both expense reports that have receipts on it. Don't forget and don't lose that receipt. Let's see. Oh, it's the recipe you really like. Nice. Is it easy to make? Is it one of those things that you can make like a huge batch of and then eat some for multiple days? They have it set to buy every month on the 1st right now. Ooh, very nice. Yes and yes, excellent. Sounds like fun. I like doing that with chili. I love chili. I like making a huge pot of chili and just like slowly consuming it over a couple of days. But it never lasts more than a week. A lot of mouths in this house. A lot of mouths. Firestar gets his Peri Diem automatically and then can bank it, so he'll hit Walmart for easy meals and we have fancy when he gets home. Size and lack of chili. Sorry. I hope you can make some very nice chili when you get back. How long are you out there for, Loki? It has both metric and imperial units whenever you need. Very cool. You come back tomorrow. Very nice. Do you get any comp time? Because no doubt you've been working like 14-hour days again. Loki doesn't get to eat chili when Shithari's home either. How come? Dietary restraints? Was trying to work on stream tonight, but computer just crashes. Oh, it's unfortunate. Just get some rest whenever you can. They don't like tomatoes? Can you just make it for yourself? Shithari doesn't like spice or tomatoes or spicy. I'm wondering if you can substitute the tomatoes for something else. Maybe not. I don't know. I like spicy chili, but I'm figured. There are tomato-less non-spicy chilies, paprika. You can make a green chili. I actually have some I made at home right now. I made on Friday. Oh. Has Shithari been willing to eat it? Oh, it's meh? Aw, sorry to hear that. And they won't even try it. Oh no! Is Shithari what you would consider to be a picky eater, or just very particular? Very yes? Oh, I see. Oh, look at that! Firestar and Axie are taking breaks together. Shithari is a super taster? What is he super taster? Anything else needs building? I'm putting up a few more plots right now. It's so awkward. But it's not okay when I get a break. Actually, it almost looks like someone else is hiding behind Firestar. Like, there's too many people, but not enough work. I think that's what's happening right now. Also, Ave is plotting. Got it. I'm always plotting. I also realized I still haven't made the point I was trying to make for the last, like, half an hour. That's me hiding. Actually, where is Loki? No, Loki, you're walking around. You're doing some work. Everyone else is kind of just hanging. I think it's because there's, like, I feel like everyone... That's exercise, this is slander. I think there's just so many people and not enough tasks. Super tasters can taste lots of things very intensely and sometimes have super texture reactions too. Oh, so it's just like overly stimulating. Extremely sensitive. Better than too much work, not enough food, like Unicorn Overlord still waiting for your food aid. What do you mean, Rogu? I have fed you so many times. You're just not around when it happens. Emmy, you can attest to that. Every time I feed Emmy, I also feed Rogu. Okay, I even had Loki and Emmy eat together. Thank you, Emmy. Thank you for being honest. Although, bench is actually a command in this game. So if you type !bench, then your character just sits on a bench every day, the whole day. They don't do any work, they just sit on a bench. Oh god. Guys, there's not enough benches! I have to start building benches, don't I? There's actually not enough room to build more benches. You have a new problem, yeah. I don't have enough break rooms for everyone. Poop self. Brown pants, don't tell at me this is a command. Let's see. Let's make some more. Can I open up the next area? I think so. It's getting a little bit cramped here. Like, there's significantly less space per zone because these trees take up so much. So I'm gonna put some stuff over here. Clear out, make some more space for you guys. We can build more benches. Maybe we can have like a dedicated break area. I can get this shop here, Sonnet's shop, that'll sell you decorations. So we can probably dedicate one of these zones. Maybe this one is a little bit more open to being like a break area. So we can install a bunch of benches. We can put a bunch of flowers and decorations here. And maybe I can move all the benches over there. Let's see. Fight, join, sleep. You can also leave the farm, play game. Soul Luna. The zone is pretty much pretty though, so worth. Yes, I agree. Passion over function, rip. Agreed, rip. No sleep. Boobs, welcome in. How are you doing? No sleep till Brooklyn. You're sleepy? Aw. No, you said you're sheepy. Very sheepy. No sleep till Loki gets it. Loki's gonna fucking get it. How's the best cuz? I'm doing okay. We haven't switched to our game yet, and it's been an hour and a half. We've just been talking this entire time. Been working on the farm here. I still haven't made my point. I'm waking up at 3 or 4 in the morning. Do you actually have to go anywhere, Loki? Or well, I guess it wouldn't make sense to set you up in a hotel if you could do all the work remotely. So you have to be going somewhere. No, just waking up? Why? Like, you have to drive to a site, right? At 6:30? Body hates you? I'm sorry. Hate when that happens. Does the hotel have a breakfast? That would be nice. You have to be at the hospital at 6:30. Some hospitals also have cafeterias, too. Breakfast at 6? Is it breakfast at the hotel or breakfast at the cafeteria? Sorry, at the hospital. Wake up at 4 a.m. because body's usually just done. Oh, at the hotel? Okay. I hope it's, like, somewhat decent stuff, at least. Let's see. It is not. Oh, I'm sorry. I remember when I was, heading to conventions, we would pilfer the hotel breakfast and, like, stash a bunch of fruits and non-perishables in the hotel room so that we would have an easy, dinner or, like, late night snack. Save money. Oh, that's right. Speaking of conventions, guys, I mentioned this in Discord this morning, but couple announcements, right? So actually, I need to double check. Hold up. Is anyone going to Offkai this year? Now you might be wondering, what the fuck is Offkai? Okay. Step one. Offkai is, what would I describe it? It's Offkai. He reads minds. Okay. Offkai is a Avekai? No, not quite. Offkai. Offkai is a what is essentially a VTuber convention that takes place in I think the Bay Area in California. Offkai, you guys are all wrong. Come on, guys. I already typed it in chat. Okay, breaks over. Bill, thank you, Kage. It is the Russian DBC guy. VTuberCon. Yeah, it's essentially VTuberCon. And like everyone from indies to certain corpos will attend either in person or virtually because they're fucking VTubers. If you do attend, you might see a bunch of like selfie sticks on wheels carrying iPads, right? So that people who are VTubers and don't want to attend in person can roam around on a little robot iPad as themselves. There's also like vendors. There's like vendors, artist alleys, panels given by VTubers and all that stuff. It's a VTuber convention. Anyways, point I'm making is that our friends Alcor and Aereo, you guys know who Alcor and Aereo are. Alcor and Aereo are the ones who designed all of my merch, right? Alcor did some, Aereo did the logo and the sticker. The logo over on that corner, that was designed by Aereo Hawk. They'll be tabling in the Artist Alley at Offkai on Sunday. I think it's June 2nd. And Aereo will be selling my sticker. So if you guys are going to Offkai, I don't even think you can buy tickets anymore because I'm pretty sure they sold out. But if you guys are going, or if you guys know anyone who's going, send them over to Alcor and Aereo's table. So you can, if you are interested, you can pick up some of my merch. And if you're not interested in my merch, then great, because Alcor and Aereo have their own merch and they're all absolutely awesome. So I think that's really cool. And not only that, there's a part 2 to this announcement. Also at Offkai, there is a business booth. There is a group who developed a mobile app called Annie Live, right? And Annie Live has... Oh my god. Meow Hong, welcome in. Everyone please take a sip of water. Annie Live has chosen... Sorry, how do I start with this? You put the water in your eye. Yeah, it happens, you know. It's a lizard thing. Don't question it, Axie. It's better if you don't ask questions. Just got done with your step mini session. Yes, drink some more water, Myra. Have a short break. Right. So, Annie Live, will have a booth at Offkai, and they will also have a little gacha machine, right? And in the gacha machine, will be little capsules full of acrylic standees, and yours truly will be one of the acrylic standees you can get inside their gacha machine. And all you have to do is visit their booth. They'll give you a coin. You can put it into their gacha machine, and you have a chance to get an acrylic standee of me. I thought that was super cool. It was a I don't know if it was like a random giveaway, but it was something I had to I had to apply for it, right? So I don't know if how they chose it was completely random or if they just like really liked my application, but it was something that they were offering as a service to, you know, indie VTubers, right? It was an opportunity to get essentially merch made free of cost, so it doesn't cost me anything. All I had to do was provide the art for the standee, and they chose me, and I thought that was super cool. So yeah, just wanted to announce that I was chosen to be in their gacha machine. So if you happen to visit their booth, you can get a chance to get a little Eve standee. And if you don't, then it'll be another VTuber that they've chosen, right? And from my understanding, inside the little capsule will be obviously the standee, but also a little description of whichever VTuber you found. So it's like, it's kind of, you know, a little introduction, little information, a little message from us, and it's kind of like, you know, you just got an Ave standee. Well, if you don't know who he is, here's a little bit of information on him. You know, it'll link to my social, the Twitch channel, a little message that I have for whoever wins the little tiny Ave. I thought it was a really nice idea, so I'm super stoked, and you know, maybe we'll get a couple new friends out of this come June. I had to grab my phone. Where can we go to roll the Ave banner? You'll have to go to Offkai, meow. Offkai, the VTuber convention in California. That's happening between May 31st and June 2nd. And, you know, if you can't attend, which totally understandable, I think Offkai is a very new convention. I think they only started doing this convention like 3 or 4 years ago, which falls in line with kind of when the whole VTuber boom happened, you know, especially in the English VTubers. And they've also completely sold out on tickets. So if you happen to know a friend who is attending, then feel free to send them over to Alcor and Aria's table. Please check out their merch. They make the cutest stuff, including my logo. Very cool. Alcor made my acrylic charm and all my stickers and pins. And then if they're also interested in rolling the gacha, they might have a chance to get me. Anxiety equals storm outside and suddenly hearing random high-pitched beeping and having just hung drywall in the basement. You think it's something electrical related? That was me? Oh, that was Axie sending it. Are you okay, Axie? I'm immunocompromised, so I still don't trust cons, but I do have a friend that might be going. No clue, we couldn't find it. Well, I hope you guys can stay safe. I hope no more issues arise from water damage in the basement again. You guys have been working so hard on all that shit. You just sprint around the house looking? Oh man. I hope it's nothing serious. And Meow Hong, yes, please stay safe. It's not worth it to go to any convention ever. I feel like me personally, I used to go to conventions like pretty like consistently back in high school, and then I used to go to multiple conventions between high school and can you put the name of the booth in chat for spelling? Sure. So 2 places. Alcor Channel and Aerial Hawk. Those are my 2 friends who will be in the... I don't know how they split it up. I'm assuming they're in the Artist Alley. That's how conventions just work. But they're tabling there. They'll be selling their own merch. Included in that merch will be my sticker. So you can head over there and pick one up if you're interested. And then the other booth, if they split up the booths, then Annie Live will be over in the business section, and Annie Live is like this mobile streaming app made for VTubers. It's interesting. It's not something I think that I could personally utilize very well, but the way they advertise it is like it's really good for like chatting streams, where you have to use your phone to interact with, you know, a VTuber or a content creator or streamer or whatever. So they have that vertical format, not unlike, you know, TikTok live streaming or Instagram live streaming, and you can interact with them that way. I don't imagine it works super well with like gaming because the vertical format is just very interesting layout. So I can really only see it useful for like chatting streams and maybe karaoke and whatever. Probably not the best experience if you're playing video games or watching someone play a video game. 1080, 1920 by 1080 is obviously better. It's the superior format, resolution format for that. Let's see. But yeah, feel free to head over to their booth. They will have a gacha machine that you can spin for free, and you might get a chance to get a little Ave acrylic. And if you don't, that's fine. You'll get an acrylic of someone else, and maybe you'll find someone interesting that way. I think the service that they're providing is pretty neat. Again, didn't cost me anything. Didn't cost any of the people who applied anything. Making the merch was entirely out of their own pocket. And they seem to be pretty transparent about how they're handling the art. So they claim they're not going to keep any of the art that we submitted. Whether we passed or not, they were only going to use it to make the merch, and they were going to delete it after. So, assuming they're not straight up lying to us, then fairly transparent. In January, we went through 4 times the water in a few hours than we usually do in a month, and now have a new electrical panel. We're in the midst of this. Thanks goodness we improved our homeowner insurance plan less than 30 days before. We will hopefully be done fixing by mid-June. Good luck, Axie. Sounds like an incredible amount of work that you guys had to go through. And I still feel sad for Firestar in his book collection. I've heard lots about it. Yeah, Axie sends me DMs and progress and good news and bad news about it. I still think your deck looks really cool. Okay. And yes, this has ended up being a chatting stream. I don't even know if we'll get to Unicorn Overlord. I mean, not Unicorn Overlord. Reading Historia tonight, depending on how much we talk. but I think I'm running out of things to talk about. Let's see. I think that's all the announcements I had for now. I mean, okay, another thing. What? Announcement number 3. I change it to just chatting. I should. And then if I do switch over to reading Historia, we can. I'm going to switch it to just chatting. There we go. We are now in just chatting. Quick, open up the game and just talk over sitting in the background. That's way too much noise. You can say reading is Historia now. We haven't had just a chatting stream in a while. That's true. We haven't had a lot of streams in a while. I feel I've been I'm open to feedback from you guys, whether things are getting a little bit stale, because you guys can tell me at any point. Should we plug the designer of your BKG again? My background music, BGM. That is Virtue. If you guys like my BGM, it is an original. It is made by our good friend Virtue Bite, friend of the channel. They're actually setting up for their comeback stream this weekend. So Virtue Bite is a very close friend of ours. Incredibly smart, incredibly talented. They are a music producer. They have they're so incredible. They make all their music. Oh my god, I can't, like, their entire skill set is amazing, you know? They produce music, they mix music, they create original songs, they do their own music videos from start to scratch. They can draw, they can play guitar and ukulele and violin and keyboard. Their mixing streams are amazing. They've done BGMs for so many of my friends. They're just super fun and incredible and, like, just really great people. They took a they claim to have taken a like year-long hiatus where they decided they wanted to take things a step further by going to school for music production. And they told themselves, okay, streaming is going to be extremely limited, and I might not even have a significant schedule, and then you guys might not see me for a year. Well, that was a complete lie, because they ended up streaming anyways for the entirety of their time in their music production classes. And I called them out on that because they worked way too hard. But anyways, they finally finished the year. I don't know if they still have classes next year, but they're having their comeback stream this Saturday, and it's like a multiple day event, and a lot of fun stuff is happening there. I'm helping out with it too because they needed some extra mod help, so I'll be there. But yeah, if you guys need someone to make you a BGM, or if you need mixing help or anything, they'll be opening up commissions soon, and they'll be taking the skills and lessons that they learned from their music production course to enhance that experience. Wait, so a comeback stream even though they've been streaming for anyways? Yes. Exactly. But yeah, Virtue's awesome. I remember last year? Yeah, it was last year when we had a collab stream with Virtue. I played some of their songs, so if you guys are interested, I can play some of their original songs. I think I own all of their albums. All of their albums and mixtapes. I think they've released like 6 or 7 over the, like, since they started writing music. Absolutely incredible. Virtue's amazing. Did I shout out Virtue yet? I think I did. Okay, I did. Thank you for harvesting. We're doing pretty good, I think. I remember when you pinned some of the reviews, videos, and music. Yeah, it was. My bot never ended their break. Where is Kage's right here? It's okay. You're doing work now. The big tomato is still there. Oh, there's another big tomato. Okay, also because there wasn't anything to build. Yeah. There we go. Okay, we can make some spinach, or maybe not. All right, let's build a little park. Okay, do you guys want the park to be here where there's fewer trees? Or here where there's a little bit more variety in the placement of trees? I guess more trees or less trees? More trees? Okay. If that's the case, I need to build the shop over on this side. Bot reflecting my real self of ADHD like distractions. I feel like this entire thing is just like an ADHD trap. Because this is supposed to be an idle game, right? You just like let this play in the background while you're doing something else, but then I feel like I am more interested in seeing how the farm is doing than actually doing the task that I was set out to do. It is an ADHD distraction. And Firestar hasn't moved at all. Okay, let's see. Let's clean up, move some of the benches here. The procrastination farm, for real. Move some of these benches over. No, don't set the crops on fire. That's incredibly rude. How dare you? No, my bench. I'm just moving the bench. You guys will be fine. Don't complain. Pay me then? No. You get paid in exposure and the fulfillment of doing hard work. Look away for a second. Destroy the farm. The workers are revolting. What is that contraption in the corner? I see in the corner. This is Rusty's Retirements, which is a farming idle game with Twitch integration. And Abe still refuses to pat us. Okay, I'll give you guys some pats. Don't fucking complain. There you go, guys. Head pats for chat. Head pats for chat. Pay but sure. Thank you. What do you think I pay them for? You don't pay us, sir. Allow them to live for. I meant that big red contraption with the pink hair. Me? What? Who? Am I the big red contraption with pink hair? Beepo, welcome in. Thanks for joining. Little robot guy right there. Alright, we're gonna a little bit before the decoration shop is done, so we'll start by moving the benches and then we'll add some decorations around here. Alright, how do I join Zoomer Farmville? All you have to do is enter in the command !join. My PC still hasn't finished rebooting, I'm so sorry. Loki, this is why you don't turn off your PC. Slicer, welcome to the farm. You don't get paid and you don't get benefits and you're here forever. It is my laptop. Oh boy. Excellent. Where do I sign? You already did. It's like 7 years old though. Oh boy. Don't they? Oh, I guess you're a hospital. I was gonna say, like, after a certain number of years, they typically cycle out your laptop for security reasons. But I guess if it's a hospital, then there are not enough money. Oh, personal laptop. Oh, okay. That sucks. Alright, almost done with that. I think, well, I mean, we'll know once we have access to Sonnet shop. We can add a couple flowers and other things. Was trying to work on stream, but is blue screened. Oh boy. Is it like a hard drive issue? Is your boot drive corrupted? It could be why. Okay. No, same thing. Planned obsolescence. It was on for a while, then crashed, then updated. Not the Windows update. If only Loki knew someone in IT. If only. That's a shame. It's probably too late to call in Geek Squad. Loki, you're out of luck. Oh, I should probably move this one too. I had to wait for update. Takes forever with the old PC. We just turn it off and turn it on again. Yeah, totally turn off your laptop in the middle of a Windows update. You won't regret it. I did that in an airplane once. I didn't fix it. Oh man, was it an airplane laptop or your personal laptop while in an airplane? It's almost 4 a.m., so I'm going to bed. Have a nice rest of your stream, and see you on the next stream where you write your letter and fix small Ave. Thanks for stopping by, Grima. Have a good night. The moment you are born in this world, you are automatically assigned to a company for labor. What kind of dystopian novel are you reading, Austin? Because mine will just black screen instead of saying Windows update in progress. It was the avionics when I was trying to figure out why some sensors were going out. Go to bed, Red. I mean, Grima. I mean, at this rate, we won't even get to reading Historia. So once we stop talking, we'll probably just go straight to bed.
Go to bed, Red! Ah!
Awesome. Surprised you still have points for that after all the head pats you were giving earlier. Yay, laptop is up. Gonna work on stuff. We'll be going away.
Wake the fuck up.
Okay, Rogu. Enjoy chat, enjoy games. See ya, Loki. Good luck with your stream stuff. Ow. Thank you, Rogu. Everyone, please take a sip of water. Don't test me, bruv. I will not. And the posture check. Everyone, please check your posture. So many hit pats. You know, part of me was actually thinking about... So, I think it was last week, I had posted an image of my... of a portion of my creator panel on Twitch. And one of them is analytics, right? And so Twitch basically looks at the games that you have been streaming and also gives you suggestions on what games you can stream next based off of your analytics. Have a good night, Axie. Have a good night, Firestar. One of the games that Twitch suggested was, you know what? After playing Fire Emblem, you should totally stream fucking Bunny Cafe. At least I think it's called Bunny Cafe, and it's a game where you're like a white collar worker who got fired from his company, and in your like sadness and depression, you stumble into what is essentially a cabaret, which is it's like a club for it's like a club where you can spend money on booze and alcohol, and a bunch of attractive women will sit and talk with you and listen to your woes. That's essentially what Bunny Cafe is. And it's kind of like a visual novel where you're just talking to Twitch is telling you Fire Emblem is unstreamable. They would be right. And unfortunately, they are right. Fire Emblem is unstreamable. All the FB streamers will tell you that it's unstreamable. I know you weren't joking. We've talked about this before, and you've talked about it on your own stream. But Twitch was recommending that I play fucking Bunny Cafe, and I thought about making it a community goal. If you should stream it out. No! I'm not going to do that. Do you guys want me to get a banned? You guys want me to, stop streaming forever? That all said, Twitch can recommend whatever they want, and I will stream what I please if I ever get back to it. But yeah, I was thinking for the meme, if I made it like a community goal where you guys have to throw in, hundreds of thousands of channel points to get me to fucking stream Bunny Cafe. Have you seen that catalog? It's huge. I don't care. I'm not touching it. I know it's on Switch. I'm still not touching it. Okay. Let's plant some flowers, guys. I'm not telling you, but it's insane. I am not surprised. Use some green. This is nice. I like this a lot. The only reason I know it's long because the streamer listed all of them on flabbergasted. I kind of wish you could drop like pathing. Oh, I guess you can. That looks nice, right? Duly noted, I will stream FP when I get back to it. Should I make a bush? Looks beautiful, thank you. Sometimes I doubt my own aesthetic. I feel like I don't have it most days, but I appreciate everyone's flattery. I will test the break area. You're heading straight for it. I feel like this green isn't that great. It kind of blends in too much. Let's use a different color. Oh, we ran out of money! You look like you're having a great time. Bankruptcy. It's a fine bench, thank you. Looks like you only had a very short break, Kage. Kind of want something like a little bit bigger. Okay, this looks pretty nice. Maybe some more tiles? I'm not sure what the difference between these tiles are, but... Heck, hasn't even been 5 minutes. Where the heck is Bot Kage going? They're an extremely hard worker. That's what they're doing. They want to get back to work. Alright, this is a pretty nice place. Accents pretty well with all the fallen leaves. Alright. Where is Rogu? Rogu is all the way over here. He is on a mission. He's heading straight for that bench. What else? Right. What was it? My third announcement that I was going to make. So, this is related to merch stuff. Grima's already left, but I do remember they asked a question about my merch. I do have merch. The first time I opened up my shop was about a year ago. I think it was back in August. August was when it shipped out. I had opened it in May. So about a year ago, I first opened my shop up. And at the time, it was all pre-order. So to save on cost, I set it up as a pre-order only, and people pre-ordered the merch, and then they would get it. And as a safety measure, I did over-order a little bit, but I actually over-ordered by quite a bit. So I plan to reopen my my merch shop within the next couple of months. I just want to make it a little bit more worthwhile for people who have already ordered my merch by adding maybe 1 or 2 new items. So I need a little bit more time to figure out the logistics of it. I might need to find a new artist for some merch. Come up with a new idea, but if anyone has been waiting, or if they are new to the channel, because I had only set it up for pre-orders a year ago, I plan to reopen my shop again within the next few months. So look forward to it. Thought Kage walked all the way across the plantation to move like 1 fruit, and then all the way back to the bench to sit again. I remember watching your stream for the first time the last day of pre-orders. So I missed that train. Yeah, it's okay. I wasn't really offering merch as a way to turn a profit or anything. It was kind of a reward to you guys for being so awesome. You know, I made it in limited quantities because I knew that it wasn't really something that I really expected people who weren't part of this community to really be interested in. Because if you weren't here, why would you be getting Eve merch, right? It's not like I'm some huge content creator where you just gotta buy, you know, the mouse pads and the body pillows and the shaker flask for your gamer subs mixed drinks. It was just, you know, a charm, a sticker, a button. If you pre-ordered the bundle, then you got a limited quantity sew-on patch, like the kind you find on like wait, you have a body pillow? I don't. I would never. But yeah, it was more a reward for you guys. So I basically kept the cost of the merch as low as possible. I think it was like the bundle was one of every piece of merch for like 25. No, I think it was $20, $20 or $25, which is a lot of merch for pretty small amount. And I didn't really. You have a panty made art, but a body pillows where you draw the line. Yeah, well, I don't have permission to sell the panty made art as merch though. So it's not like I can turn it into merch. Did you ever ask if I want permissions to make it into merch, I would have to pay an additional commercial fee, which I figured was not feasible at the time, especially since like no one no one wants a body pillow of Eve. It would cost me way too much money to make for such a small quantity. And I didn't want to make anything too expensive because at the same time that I released my merch, no, not at the same time, at the tail end of when I was releasing my merch, I was also raising money for charity. Last year, I did a month-long charity event in April to celebrate my birthday. So like all the money I made through Twitch, through subs, through donations, all of that for a whole month was going to be donated to the Pawnee Project. And the Pawnee Project is a nonprofit organization that builds wells in villages that need clean drinking water. So I'm actually expecting an update from them soon about with some photos of the wells that we built. We ended up raising again over $1,000, and that should have been enough to build maybe 3 or 4 wells, which would have supplied clean drinking water for I think it was like somewhere between like 50 to 100 families. So that was a really fun event because I think it was one of the more kind of like tangible what's the word? Like tangible outcomes, I guess, for as far as like these charity events have gone. And it was really nice to kind of see exactly where the money we donated was going into. But you know, it takes a pretty decent amount of time to find these find sources of groundwater to build these wells. But I'm expecting to get an update from that stuff soon. And if they send pictures, which I believe they do, I'll share it with you guys on Twitter, on Twitch, and in Discord. So yeah, look forward to that because I know I am. Okay, what else? I need some water. I guess another point I was trying to make like 40 minutes ago before I got sidetracked, right? Was answering the question of how I am indispensable. I know we're going way back to that conversation. But I guess the point I was trying to make was even though, and I'm repeating myself again and again and again, even though I wanted to stand out in some way as a content creator, because that's kind of the goal for every content creator, to stand out in some way, I wanted to encourage my community to let's say emulate these values as well. I think that's the way I wanted to describe it, right? So I've received a lot of flattering compliments, praise from members of the community for all the work that I've done, all the advice that I've given, all the the good vibes that I've promoted a number of people have kind of praised me in multiple ways, in very embarrassing ways. Um, People have said things like I'm a paragon of this community, and um, I don't know if I believe that, but that's neither here nor there. Um, I already told you I meant you're indispensable as a person, regardless of your content creator status. I understand. But I feel like to me, that's the same thing because I am not playing a character as a content creator. I'm using content creation as a means of presenting myself and my values and um, my service, I guess. So it's, I guess, unlike many other content creators, I am, like I said, I'm still me. My content creation is just an output of my values, right? And while people might consider me to be indispensable, I am at the same time trying to promote and encourage these good values in my community, right? So in a way, I am trying to sort of foster this sort of positive and productive and safe, open-minded environment in all of the members of this community. So such that even if I were to one day, stop streaming or stop content creating, if I were to use a VTuber term, if I were to graduate one day, which is weird to me because I've already graduated 3 times, that the values that I promoted and encouraged are still alive in each and every one of you. That everyone will still maintain and encourage each other to be open-minded, to be empathetic, to provide your support to other people, not necessarily monetarily, right? But just a phrase that I've came up with last year, right, is something I would encourage everyone else to at least to attempt, I guess, to try out. And it's that try to lend your love when you're unable to lend your hand. And the meaning behind that is, often it's hard to provide someone with some sort of support, right? Everyone is going through something in their life, right? Everyone has their own struggles. And oftentimes it's really hard to provide that sort of support to other people when you yourself are going through it, right? Everyone goes through it. Everyone's going through their own struggles, right? And it's totally understandable. It's human, right? There's no expectation that everyone has to suddenly stop supporting themselves in order to support other people, But when you're not able to lend your hand, at least try to lend your love. I think that's something indispensable. And even if I am, taking an extended break from this sort of content creation space, I would hope that everyone here who is part of this community at least tries to, to lend that love to people who need it. Because even if you can't, donate to charity or offer gifts or raffle prizes or lend your time, love is free. And love can go a long way. Kamao-san, welcome in! We are doing a Zatsudan. We're just chatting today. We were supposed to play a game, but we didn't end up getting to it. We were just talking a whole lot. But welcome in. Wait, are you taking a break? No. I'm not. But I'm just being sentimental. Because, I'm in here it is not a goal of mine to strike it big, right? I don't intend to make content creation a full-time job. I don't intend to, become the next big hit, right? I'm just here to hang out. I'm here to exist. I'm here to, create this space for other people to hang out, feel comfortable, hopefully learn a thing or two while they're here. But, anything in life can happen. And maybe one day when I do have to step away from content creation for whatever reason, my hope is that you guys will carry on. The good vibes, the open-mindedness, the empathy that I try to promote in these streams, and bring it with you everywhere you go. Aim on the path to become the God Emperor of altruism. There's like negative connotations of being the God Emperor, Slicer. I read that entire fucking book. Things didn't end well for the God Emperor, dude. I don't think I want to be. Oh. I know you understand that joke a little too well. Slicer's just waiting for me to cross a bridge over a cavern. Over a vast river. I'm watching you, Slicer. But yeah. And then Order Hilda Fire Laser. I can't help but feel like I'm missing context for this reference. It's a Dune reference, Kage. I've been reading the Dune series. Slicer made me read the Dune books, and something happened the recent book I finished, and Slicer's just making a reference to it. Slicer says that I'm gonna become a worm. But do you guys still love me if I was a worm? I'm still so conflicted about your opinion about the book. I'm sorry, Slicer. I actually meant to elaborate on that. So, like, I answered... I feel like I left you hanging, and I deeply apologize for that. I think when I had responded to you, I was at like a red light, so I didn't have a chance to kind of elaborate on what I meant. And then when I got home, I was just so busy. I think it's been like a couple weeks since I finished the book, and I meant to elaborate on that. Don't text and drive. I know. That's why I wasn't sending you the full message. All I said was, yeah. Your question was like, did you like it? And I said no. And then no context. Wait, write it out. I will. I will eventually. I just haven't had the time to really do it. And I keep forgetting and stuff gets in the way and whatnot. Lizard, worm, close enough. So yes, thank you guys. Isn't Abe the one telling everyone else not to get distracted while driving? Kage, when you're in this stream long enough, you learn to do as I say, not as I do. Because the number of times I've told people to sleep more, to take care of themselves, to drink more water, to eat better, to, stay at home when they're sick, and I don't follow my own words.
Go to bed, Red! Oh!
Exactly. Exactly. Ow. Thank you, Myra. And everyone please take a sip of water and check your pulse. Check your pulse.
Hey, wake the fuck up.
You guys are sending me mixed messages here. And I am telling ye to keep yourself safe. I will keep myself safe. I promise. I have plenty I still need to do. I have people I need to take care of. I will stick around for as long as I can. Hopefully until I turn at least 90 years old. But we'll see. Things are kind of shitty. The world's kind of a shitty place right now. Minimum? Oh, man. Thanks for the headpats, meow. Ugh. 90 in Ave years? What is 90 in Ave years? I don't know the conversion rate. Is that imperial or metric? Okay. What did I want to do? Is that like dog years? Do lizards live that long? I don't think years use either system. I still remember our conversation in Retsu's Discord about that. That was fun. No one agreed. It didn't seem like anyone agreed with me whatsoever. And so, you know what? Fine. That's completely fair. I gave a completely bullshit reason, and that's fine. You think it would still be Gregorian? Okay. Makes sense. Let's put some flowers here. Well, Edelgard is emperor, so surely it's an imperial? Maybe. But I never did the Blue Lions route, and I never finished Golden Deer either, so I never got to see Lizard Edelgard. It's not a spoiler, it's well, too bad. Too bad. I've only ever seen good Edelgard. I've never seen evil Edelgard. Heroes has alts of it, so nah, not really a spoiler. It's funny because, like, that is probably the biggest source of spoilers for non-FE players. I just remember, like, when, it was either when Black Knight was released, or, yeah, it was, I think it was when Black Knight was released, and they were like, my name is Zelgius. That spoils Black Knight. Yeah! know. I think sometime this year we'll return to Radiant Dawn. Sorry, return to is not the right question. We'll start Radiant Dawn. And the most recent banner has engaged spoilers, yeah. Makes sense. I remember when the first Engage banner came out with the release of Engage, that also had an Engage banner, and like Alir spoiled something. Like, I think Alir mentioned like Lumera dying, and this was like the day Engage came out, right? Something like that. I made that joke with a Twitter friend once. She mentioned her height, and it was a foot shorter than me, so I said I was one Imperial ruler taller, and then drew a tiny eagle guard on her head. That's very funny. She just dies that early. Yeah, but like that's chapter like 4. Yeah, that's like chapter 4, I think. 3 or 4. But like many people hadn't even started the game yet, and Engage is like, "Oh, mom's dead." Shucks, that's end of 3. Yeah. I mean, I want to say that any Fire Emblem player knows to expect that the parent always dies. But like Bakuretsu once said, Fe is not a real Fire Emblem game. His words, not mine. But yeah, any spoilers on the first day are even weak as dumb. It's true! Look, if you're not Roy, your parent isn't living. Yeah. Also true. To be fair, Fez still did the trope, just late. Spoilers. Yeah. I don't know, what else? I thought about playing some of Virtue's music, but I think we're way past that. I don't know if you guys would still be interested. So we can move on. I don't know how long Radiant Historia is gonna be, honestly. At this rate, it's gonna take me at least another month or more to finish it. Not to mention there was like the whole alternate story with Nemesia and the ship that I've not looked at all. This is looking to be a very extensive JRPG, which foolish me should have expected that. But I am a fool. A foolish fool. A foolish fool. Or Avier. Or Avier. Ugh. But yeah, no, I'm totally open to feedback. If anyone wants me to put something on the schedule for a particular week, feel a foolish fool who foolishly thinks foolish thoughts foolishly. Exactly. But yeah, I'm totally open up to feedback if you guys feel like any particular content is getting stale, or if you want me to put something on the schedule for a particular Saturday. Like Fortnite is going to be on this Saturday, but I think next Saturday I might open up Sekiro again and just do a one-off stream of Sekiro, not stream the whole game. Been in the mood to play Sekiro again after watching Ash play. But even things like if you want like another Cypher stream, I can set one of those up. If you want a community game, that's more accessible for people, I can set one of those up. I like the idea of Scriblio or Gardic Phone that Retsu's been doing in his server on Fridays. That's a nice idea. Dream Fire Emblem, screw Twitch's opinions. I still feel like I need to take a little bit longer of a break from SRPGs. I definitely do want to get back to I definitely want to start Radiant Dawn again, but probably not for a little bit longer. I at least want to try and finish again. I want to make a decent attempt at finishing a game. But if Radiant Historia ends up taking too long and it's not particularly interesting for you guys, then I have no problems with moving on. I can always play Radiant Historia on my own. Ember! Absence make the heart grow fonder. I'm hella interested in that game though. Radiant Historia or Radiant Dawn? Or both. Cypri, welcome in. Ember, thank you so much for the sub. Hope you're doing well. Are you streaming tonight, Ember? Actually, if you were streaming tonight, you'd be already streaming. You usually start half an hour ago. No? Okay. No big deal. Feel free to hang out here. We were supposed to play a game today, but it ended up being a chatting stream. I have not left this. I have not left this stream since we started. This scene since we started. My bad. Radiant Dawn I'd love to play if it's ever feasible for me to acquire. I too want to take a break from Fire Emblem. Retsu, you still have like half the game to finish. But I totally understand. I think I mean I haven't been able to catch some of your streams recently because we overlap, but just don't scare me like that. Okay, but consider, right? Consider that the higher chapter you are, the longer the map becomes. So maybe you are 2/3 of the way in terms of chapters, but then the chapters only get longer. That's right, Kage. same brain cell. I will not stop. I will never stop. I'm already 10 parts in. Never. You see, Retsu, this is why I don't number... Okay, again, I'm lying. I should say, I didn't number my parts. So that I would gaslight myself into not worrying about how many streams it took me to finish Radiant Dawn. I mean, sorry, Path of Radiance. I didn't number those streams. I did number my Radiant Historia. Oh my god, this fucking Path of Radiance, Radiant Historia, Radiant Dawn, they're all super fucking lit. I did number these, and I don't know why I numbered them. Because now I have to break the numbering pattern, or I have to reuse the stream title for Thursday. And I have to edit the VOD here on Twitch and on YouTube. Yeah, I was just looking at that part 5 staring at me. God. Yeah. We'll have to change things, fix things later. But, oh well. Do as I say, not as I do. Exactly, Kage gets it. Kage's learning. What was I saying? Yeah, and I've been kind of thinking about what other stuff I can do. As much as I would like to do another relay. I understand I totally fucking flubbed on the last one. I apologize to all the viewers. I apologize to all the runners. I don't have any great excuses. I don't want to present any excuses. I take full responsibility on flubbing it. So I'm sorry. You what? I still beat myself up over it. Like, I was supposed to compile all the chapters for YouTube, and I never did, and now I think it's too late. Because all the VODs are gone. Oh geez, don't worry about it. It still bugs me, because it's something I promised. And it's something that people have asked for, too, and I made promises that I would do it, and I didn't deliver on it. And now I feel terrible. If it makes you feel any better, you explicitly told us to save your own VODs. I know. But still, it's still my responsibility as the host, right? I forgot, and I was like... I sure hope Abe never gets around to collecting the VODs. Yeah, that's what ended up happening, right? Like, even though I hosted it, even though I asked people to do it, I felt bad because, you know, I never delivered on the thing I asked for. So I shouldn't expect everyone else to do it either, right? And I still feel bad that I couldn't deliver, because it was my responsibility to manage all of that. And I felt like, you know, if I had been a better example, if I had set a better example and actually did it, and then did a better job of encouraging everyone else to do it, then we would have had, you know, this full list for the Conquest relay. And because I didn't set a good example, I know. I don't dwell on it too much. I just feel bad. We live and we learn, yeah. So, like, even though I do want to do another relay, I want to make sure that I am more prepared logistically. That I hold myself more accountable to the things I'm asking for. It's tough to do everything yourself, maybe bring in a buddy to help organize the next one. I mean, technically everyone was a buddy, right? Like, I invited my friends. You know, I didn't invite strangers to do this. I wanted this to be a fun activity for the people that I know that enjoy Fire Emblem and I think would make this fun. Ember, thank you for the hydrate. Everyone please take a sip of water and check your posture. Drinking through my eyeballs again. Don't worry about it. Don't question it. But still, I was responsible, and I need to be, you know, I hold myself accountable for it. I mean, on the responsibility side, not the participants. But I don't know, I wasn't there. It is what happened, you know. Just have to move on from it and do better next time. That's what my Go Live notification says. Just Abe just pouring the bottle over his head like that bird in the chocolate fountain. Just like my Go Live notification says, Abe is getting better one day at a time. And if you follow that, it'll be okay. I just got here. What are we talking about? most recently we were talking about the Fire Emblem Conquest relay. But before that, we were talking about... oh god, everything. We were talking about Ave lore. We were talking about goals for the stream. We were talking about merch stuff. We announced that we'd have merch over at Offkai this year at 2 different booths. We talked about reopening the store in the next couple of months. If you ever do another relay, I'll bug you about saving the VODs, so don't worry about it. Thanks. Appreciate that, Kage. But, you know, Retsu is right. Everyone had fun. I see you're all still chatting. Yep. How's your stream stuff, Loki? All the runners had fun. All the viewers had a lot of good memories out of it. And, you know, as long as the memories have left an impact, then really you don't need the VODs anymore. Just consider it a limited time experience. But if you did want to, if we didn't have the relay, we wouldn't have. We wouldn't have Pog and Point. I know for sure that the feel of wanting someone to hold me accountable for things I try to keep up with, yeah. For sure. Finally got everything loaded, but I need to cross-reference literally 3 things. It's almost bedtime. You should go to bed, Loki. I'll probably be wrapping up stream soon. Exactly, I do have my VOD saved up on YouTube. Did I forget to send it to you? Don't worry about it, Fang. I was saying that I completely screwed up the relay recordings. And I think even if we were to compile the list, we would have a lot of holes. Because I have... I think I've forgotten to record some sessions, and at the time when I was like, oh, I'll just go download the VOD, and it'll be fine, and I never downloaded the VOD, and it's been over 6 months since the relay. Can you guys believe it's already been it's been longer than fucking 6 months? And those VODs are lost forever, so we wouldn't even be able to compile the full list. So I feel like I was, you know, holding myself accountable and apologizing for not delivering on my promises. Just want to jump back in and see how things were going. I do think I should go to bed earlier today. Love you all. Love you all. You're awesome. Good night. Good night, Loki. Oh snap! Been following for like 6 months then. What do you mean? Is it longer than that? I don't know. You can do exclamation point follow age, and it should tell you how long you've been following the channel. Still remember mauling over the Wind Village like that was yesterday. To be fair, the Wind Village was really fucking annoying, and even I couldn't do it perfectly, right? Leo died, and it was my fault. So that's like a really annoying village. And then like we only managed to finish it because we played it extremely slowly. Oh, must have been more than 6 months then, because I started following either late or at the end of the relay. Yeah, that makes sense. I was mauling because I went so smoothly the first try, then I screwed up the last few turns. It's okay. There were a lot of chapters like that. There were just like, where like the difficulty scaling was just like through the roof between chapters. And if you weren't familiar with the game, or if you still weren't familiar with same brain cell again, guys. You guys are awesome. Love you guys. Love you guys so much. What was I saying? it was a challenging run for sure, especially for a relay, especially for people who were like, I haven't played Conquest in like 10 years, and we're playing hard mode again, and Conquest is notoriously hard already. And then now you're adding in the layer that it's a relay, and you don't get to make your own choices, and that it was Iron Man-esque, Iron Man-ish is what I called it, and like people were dead, right? So we had to make do with, the last person save. Bros were in chat telling me it wasn't possible. Not to mention, no one was master sealing the units. I feel like there was maybe two or three people in the entire relay who were like, I'm going to take full advantage and use the master seals and use the stat up items and spend the resources and forge things, right? Everyone else was just like extremely passive and like, I don't want to touch this. I'll leave it to someone else. I'll let someone else use the master seal. I'll let someone else use the forge. I'll let someone else use the stat up items. And then they just never got used until it came back to someone else's turn who was willing to use it. All you had to do was use Miss Blue's other weapon to finish Ryoma, Retsu, and she would have lived. Yeah. I mean, we already knew that Korin was strong enough to 1v1 Ryoma, right? Retsu decided we're going to power level some people. And it was people that we never ended up using anyways. And it cost us Flora. I'm gonna use this Master Seal on Baruka and they will thank me later. Haha, I still remember telling myself that. We definitely benefited a lot from Berserker Baruka. She carried us through most of the game. It just got to the point where like we were pretty desperate for flyers. Yeah, the grinding didn't matter because Penny is busted. Yup. Benny and it was like fucking 40 defense. Indestructible Benny. But yeah, definitely a lot of good memories, a lot of good memes, a lot of good times from the relay. And I definitely want to do another one. But again, I want to make sure that I'm better prepared for it, better prepared to handle the logistics, better prepared to set a good example. And I wanted to make it more streamlined and less confusing. And I want it to be less of a chore for people, right? I don't want it to be like stressful or I don't want people to feel too pressure to do anything in particular. Because I don't want it to be a stressful experience. I want it to be fun, you know? I don't want people to feel stressed about it. Flora could have totally lived for almost a 4 HP. Miss Blue could have either used a 1 times 2 damage or a 4 damage weapon. Guess what she used? Used the 1 times 2 damage weapon. I know. All he was thinking about was Five Nights at Freddy's. I mean, in the end, we didn't need Flora. So it was okay in the end. I don't remember though. No, but I love giving him a hard time about it. Salute to the fallen soldiers, for real. I almost thought Baruka wasn't going to make it. So at the very end of the game, I put Baruka in a situation where if every single enemy unit attacked Baruka, she would have died. But thankfully, they decided to spread out their attacks and no one ended up dying before we killed Takumi. So, fucking za. The VODs may be gone, but we have our memories. That's true. And for the new people who show up, we always have, we can always make new ones, you know? We can always make new memories. They knew what I'd have to do to them if they killed Baruka. Baruka would have been a necessary sacrifice. I mean, it's the last chapter. If it won us the game, I don't care if they died. Of course, I did my due diligence and tried to keep as many of them alive as possible, and all of them ended up living. But I wouldn't have sweated if anyone died. Wow, Heartless. It's, you know, winning the war is what matters. There's always casualties in war. What happened to No Man, Woman Left Behind besides the 7 units that died? Yeah. What happened to them, Fang? You tell me. Retsu, what did you send me? Is this because of all the times you raided me? What, Leo had it coming? Yeah, if you didn't miss that 80-something%, Leo would have lived. So it was his own fault. Abe, loving support unit. Also, Abe, if he dies, he dies. I mean, let's be realistic, right? If if someone died at the end of the game and we're not playing after the end of the game, then, they've served their purpose. Okay, gotta sleep. Thank you for stream. Good night. Good night, Retsu. We'll probably wrap things up soon as well. I didn't know Abe could be this callous 7 tears. You wouldn't be the first person I made cry, Kage. I was actually talking to Retsu about this a couple days ago. All the times I made someone cry. Let's see. Maybe we can find someone to raid in our last few minutes. Feels like we have a couple options. If he cries, he cries. Exactly! You get it. If he cries, it was a necessary lesson. It's just how it works. What are our options? Kumao-san is just started streaming. She's doing some pixel art animations, so that's one option. However, her stream is entirely in Japanese, so you'll be able to watch, but you might not be able to understand what's happening in chat. But she does make very cute pixel art, like the one in front of me right now. This one right here. Mao-san's the one who made this. So we could raid into her. Our friend Tim just got is celebrating their affiliate stream. They just got affiliate the other day, and they're celebrating. Tim's playing Fortnite right now, so we can raid into him. And let's see. Cappy's playing Eternal Return. There's a few others. But what are you guys interested in? Do you want to watch some cute pixel arts? Do you want to send some congrats over to Tim? Finally got affiliates. Tim's been working really hard on it. Proud of him. Yeah. Surprise us? You're gonna leave it to me? You're gonna leave it to the streamer? Come on. Can't believe you guys. Okay, my katakana is so fucking rusty. I don't even recognize what that says. Doto, I don't mind in pixel art. Oh man, my fucking katakana is so rusty. Holy shit. Yowza, welcome in. We were actually picking someone to raid. We ended up chatting for 3 whole fucking hours and my throat hurts. I hope you've been well. Oh my god, it's the Yowza! Yowza! I think I need to drink like 2 bottles of water before bed tonight. Because I definitely feel the strain in my throat. Maybe this is what Retsu feels. Retsu always feels like he can't stream for too long, but it's also because he talks way more than I do. Whenever I stream, I typically pretty focused in the game and I don't do a whole lot of talking. So I don't have as much of a strained voice as a result, and I can go on for longer. But we spent the last 3 hours just fucking talking, and I'm definitely feeling the strain. You see, my schedule is strategic, right? I do a stream every other day in order to give myself a break in between, and it is completely intentional. So I've built in these breaks for myself from a health standpoint. So 3 hours of talking sounds like progress to me. Yeah, I didn't think I could do it. But it helps to have incredible conversation partners. So thank you guys. For sure. Let's go say hi to Kamao-san. I think it'll be a nice surprise for her. Feel free to stick around. Feel free to give her a follow. She's a very talented pixel artist. Very cute stuff. Also accepts comms through Skeb. If you guys are looking for something for yourself. Alright? Okay. Grab some raid messages. Actually, give me a second. What if I... Maybe I should translate this for her. That'd be nice, right? This might actually be incredibly cringe, though. Should we do it? Should I just use like a machine translation as a read message instead, or is that too cringe? What do you guys think? Cringe, not cringe. Cringe or not cringe? If it's cringe, we'll just stick with English because it's less cringe. I would change the last part to... I don't know any... I don't remember any of my kanji. Holy shit. Oh, it's just Kita. Okay, it's Kita. Kita yo. Alright. Thank you, Kage. Now you're helping me be less cringe. Let's see. Okay. I appreciate being less cringe. Who shouted me out? Fang, why are you shouting me out? Why you do this? How dare? Okay. So, if you have a subscription, use that. And if you don't, I think it's this, right? Okay. If you have a subscription to the channel, use this. Use the first one. If you don't, use the second one. Fang knows y'all should check out this cool streamer named Ave. Yeah, they sound pretty cool. Definitely better than me. You should totally watch them instead. How dare I shout out a streamer in their own stream? That's an abuse of power. No, I'm kidding. Alright, let's go raid. Kumamune-san. Oh no, they only have follower or subscriber only chat. Sorry guys. Don't feel pressured. You don't have to if you don't want to. It's okay. No pressure at all. I'll see you guys on Thursday and we'll actually play Reading Historia. I actually have no more stories to tell. So we'll play Reading Historia. I'll see you guys later. Have a good night, everyone. Take care. Drink water. Eat food if you haven't. And have a good night. Bye-bye.